At this point, I saw one of the more ridiculous things in my life. White went here, attacking the rook, right? So what do you play? Your rook is hanging, right? You play, rook is under attack. Of course, any normal person here, I would imagine 99.99% of us would say rook to g8. Some of you, to be edgy, would play rook h7, rook h6, rook g8, right? In this position, the cheater played a4. a4. With the purpose of giving up the rook and taking and coming in on the queen side, and the rook and the pawn cannot, like, the rook is trapped or the pawn is going to promote. And if after a4 you take on a4, I play queen b. I mean, this is, a4 is, when I show you a4 and explain it, you can sit there and go, oh, that makes sense. Folks, you are liars if you think in a game after bishop f6, any of you will play a4. Maybe some of you watching are over 2,000. No. To White's credit, White does defend, and White goes on to have a very closed position and just be worse, okay? White is worse. White is not lost in this game completely, but White is worse, and it will take Black a while to win the game. White tries to explode the center, but they are in no position to you know, do anything. By the way, C takes d5. How many of us would take this pawn? I would take back. Are you crazy? Of course I would take back. How can you allow a central pawn in the middle of the board to just stand around? No, the top engine move after pawn takes d5 is to play queen. That is, I mean, come on, how are you gonna let that happen? Now the mistakes start coming in. Rook g6, b5, and knight takes d4, takes the pawn. A bunch of pawns are won, now rook b6, and yeah, unfortunately now the cheater is up 3 pawns and wins the queen immediately. And White plays on, you know, to White's credit, White doesn't immediately surrender. And, yeah, Black just methodical, surgical, allows themselves to get their queen pinned to the king. By the way, after rook f1, the top computer move here, the top engine move is to get yourself pinned to your own queen. I mean, that is so stupid. Like, none of you would play this because rook f3 and you're pinned, but it's the best move. And then you sacrifice, you get the rook down like this, White has nothing. So, White, by the way, you're not even taking the knight. That's just a free knight. Instead of that, White took the pawn and then played h4 and still didn't take the knight, and slowly, methodically, finally took the knight and went on to win. You know, again, by the way, right here. So, you notice how here Black is up like everything and doesn't give a mate via checks? Well, that's kind of a preview of what you're about to see in the next game, okay?